Hi folks, Des Phoebe here. Just following up on yesterday's, hello, my dog here, I don't know if you can see it, yeah. Yesterday's video, talking about what's next, after the virus, what's coming next. I mean, I think we all pretty much know it's recession time, but the extent of it, I don't think everyone's really maybe appreciated how deep this might go. Now obviously I made some comparisons to 2008, and I believe it's going to be a lot deeper than that, but possibly not go on for so long. And incidentally, just my personal opinion, it's probably a good job we're not in the EU, because I think they're going to be even in more of the shit than we are, and probably take a bit longer to come out of it, because we'll have a bit more financial freedom to make necessary changes in the economy. But anyway, look, that's another subject. But following on to that, I was asked a few questions, and a few people have asked me, wind's a bit strong, so sorry if that's wobbling around a little bit, what businesses I think are going to do well. Now I touched on quick service restaurants, and in that category, for me, what I saw last time was the proliferation of coffee shops. You just think back at what happened in 2008. That's when I launched my business, and within literally a couple of months of me launching, Subway moved in next to me, Costa Coffee, Cafe Nero, Starbucks, all within a very short period of time. Now, they were already based down in London, but they hadn't actually really moved out too much into the regions, and it really kind of took off then. People always seem to find time and money for a coffee, don't they? And I see those types of businesses absolutely continuing to take off. So if you've got an independent coffee shop, I think you're going to do all right. I think you might need to kind of expand a little bit, but you're probably doing that anyway, into your sandwiches and some of your other stuff, and maybe even get a virtual kitchen in there somewhere as well, so you can do some deliveries. But yeah, sandwich bars again. I think people will be cutting down on certain experiences. I'm not saying that everyone's going to start bringing in sandwiches into work. It just doesn't work that way, does it? People, it's like in January, isn't it, when you get to after Christmas, it's everyone has a health kick, or they cut back on their expenses because they know that their credit cards are coming. Well, in this state, we're going to know that our credit card bill was coming in every month. That's how you want to think about it, for a good period of time. But people do get bored. There's only so many bloody your own sandwiches that you can make, isn't there? Your sandwich bars are going to do okay. Probably save the likes of Subway, because Subway is shite. Sorry if you're a Subway, but it's an old brand. I've said it many a times. It sucks. But this could actually probably save it. Places like mine, especially places like mine, I know I'm saying this, I've got a vested interest in saying this, but the reality is that if you can do quality food, restaurant quality food, and sell it at fast food prices, then you're going to do really well, because you're giving them the best of both worlds. They get the treat of the quality, and they get it at a cheap price. Pizza bars, Dominos, going to smash it. Papa John's. I'm not saying that the best businesses are going to do well because they're the best businesses. They're just in the right niche. I don't like Papa John's, don't like Domino's, but they've got the right business model in this environment to do really well, and they do well anyway. But they do even better. I think my style of business and my new brand, Dodo Pizzeria, Neapolitan, will do well, because the price point is still acceptable for people. and it's pizza, and it's quality pizza, mixed with alcohol. I think yeah, it'd do well. It may take a little time, but I think it'd do well. It's in that casual dining sector that, again, go back to 2008. You know, do you remember what was around in terms of casual dining? And it wasn't, you know, none of these big brands were really around much, were they? You know, apart from maybe in London and places. Now, again, exactly the same as coffee bars. They proliferated after that period because people were downgrading from some of the high-end restaurants, and they needed something to fill that gap. Now, this could save a lot of casual dining places as long as they're decent and they give good value for money. You know, the problem with some of the ones that have gone bust is that they didn't give good value for money, and they were pretty poor quality. You know, people's expectations now is that they want bloody good food at bloody good prices. So yeah, you know, the brands like Frank and Manca, Rudy's, us, Dodo, that are casual dining, I think could do well. We'll carry on expanding. You know, I'm already looking to do a collaboration with a coffee bar, coffee and donut bar. We've got our dark kitchens, or I should stop saying dark kitchens, they're called virtual kitchens, or ghost kitchens, about to sign a fairly significant deal before all this kicked off. I'm hoping that will be resurrected. I'm keeping the lines of communication open, and I think you know, that's going to be pretty big for us. I mean, I'm very fortunate. Actually, no, bollocks. Well, I'm not fortunate. I've played the game. I've played the tactics, and you know, I knew, had a plan. You know, before this got as bad as it did. You know, obviously, I'm not saying I predicted a mass pandemic, but when it happened, I had a plan of what I was going to do, probably before most of my competition and a lot of other people did. And we've stuck to that plan, and we're going to continue to stick with that. I think I'm in a fortunate position that I've got a business that is quick service restaurant. I've got another one that is casual dining and has the right product, right price point, and I think we'll do well. But also I've got, you know, I franchise, and sorry, like going past, I'm sat in my garden, as you can see, lovely day as well. I've got a business that is franchised. You know, I've been franchising now for, you know, 12 years. There's not a lot I don't know about franchising, and without wishing to sound too big-headed, I would say I'm probably one of the most, if not the most innovative franchisor in the country, because of the products that I offer. I'm not aware of anyone that does what we do, and we're going to keep on expanding on it. And franchising will boom after this, as it did last time, and again for much the same reasons. You know, people will be very nervous. People would have lost their jobs. They'll be looking to where they can find a safe haven for it, and franchising is a safer bet than putting it into your own business and taking all the risks associated with that, because it's not risk-free, but it certainly minimises the risks, and we are very well placed for that. And I think we're going to again do really well with it. If we can collaborate with a coffee bar as well and do a few other things, then I think we're in a pretty high and pretty decent position, provided we get through this initial phase, because this is where it's hurting at the moment, because cash is dead. You know, it's gone. You know, we don't have the cash flow at the moment, even though we've kept some of our stores open. They're just kind of ticking things along, but we're going to come back to a load of costs just the same as everyone else. So, you know, the government grants are crucial to us, but from that point on, I think we're in a much better position to recover from this than other businesses. So look, I just thought I'd add to this. Again, stay safe, plan for what's happening, and plan for what's going to happen. So take care, talk to you again soon.